I wanted to show you guys my actual Shopify dashboard. Today we're at around 3,200 sales. We have 4 visitors right now, 28 orders. And then you can see here, we'll go all the way back to August till now, just to show you guys I'm not lying about my numbers. So I made 338,000 within the past 3 months or so. And we'll go ahead and refresh the page. And bam, that's for today. You can see this month we're at about 30,000. But yeah, that is my numbers, guys. I do not lie about this type of stuff, so please keep that in mind when you guys are watching my videos. These numbers are real. Now, as far as profit margins, like I said, it's around 15 to 20%, and a lot of that really doesn't go into my pocket because I invested back in the business because I really want to create a very cool brand out of what I'm doing. But nonetheless, we will get on to the next part. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be covering how I was able to generate over $337,000 in the past 3 months. Now, what I wanted to cover in this video is mainly to talk about the profit margins, how I did it, and what exactly I focused on in order to reach these numbers. Now, if you go on YouTube, you'll see a lot of people flex these type of numbers and stuff. And what you really need to pay attention to is the profit margins, because you can make this amount of money in 1 month and only profit like a couple $1,000s. So you just have to keep that in mind and do your due diligence about people on YouTube when they say what their numbers are. And I was able to do this all with Facebook ads. And my number one strategy that I mainly focused on was finding a non-competitive product. So my margins are around 15 to 20%, and that goes into factor with the product costs, the Facebook ads, investing some of the profits into new video ads or creatives, and just investing it back into the business itself. Like for the first month, I believe I wasn't even able to put really any of the money in my pocket because I was consistently putting it back into the business where I needed the funds. And as you scale, your margins will get smaller, but you also profit more because of the higher volumes of money that you're bringing in. But my whole strategy with this, and what I've found out that I want to do from here on out, is to focus on non-competitive products. A lot of YouTubers out there, they say, you can go for these products that are highly competitive, that are obviously selling or in high demand. However, a lot of us new beginners out here, we just simply don't have that capital in order to invest into these highly competitive products in order to succeed with them. And I think a lot of YouTubers simply just don't talk about that. So the whole goal with dropshipping here, I wouldn't even want to call it dropshipping, it's to create an actual brand. So stop going for saturated or competitive products. Find something that is brandable and with minimal sellers, and dominate the market. What a lot of new sellers just don't understand is that when you are trying to sell a competitive product, there are a bunch of other sellers out there that are trying to compete for the same ad space. So there's going to be people that are going to be spending thousands upon thousands of dollars a day. And if you're a beginner out there that's just trying to sell or trying to spend a couple hundred a day, or not even that, you're simply just not going to be able to cut it, especially if you don't have a good enough ad or even a website. So what I focused on is obviously a one product store, and my store focuses on one product to establish a brand feel and trust. So you really want to have that connection between your ad, your store, and your product. So all of it needs to be matching up as far as like the colors, the product design, and the overall feel of the ad. So one thing that I found out that is very beneficial to you guys, and now I know it's going to take a little bit more capital to start with this, but I highly recommend it, is to start out with higher ticket products, because you'll have more profit margins. And I was able to charge $20 more than my other 2 competitors because I simply was able to brand the store in a way to where the perceived value was there. And I had like one or two competitors that I knew I was going to be able to outcompete because their stores lacked the brand feel, their congruent ads to the store ratio, and perceived quality. So when I was able to charge that extra $20, I was confident in that because my store just simply looked way better than theirs. The product design, the ad quality itself looked way better than theirs did. And what I highly recommend you guys do, especially in today's time, is to sell something that is above $50 for your product, for like your actual what you're charging to the customer. So the higher price that your item is, the higher the perceived value is, and the profit margins will be larger. So gauge your price and just stick with it, guys. So you don't need to be changing your price every, I wouldn't change it anywhere, maybe a couple of dollars here and there. But if you have to change your price from like $10 or even up to $20, just don't do that. Stick to a price that will sell. Like if you see your competitors selling it for $20, sell it for $30 or sell it for $35 and stick with it. Don't mess with the price. It messes with the optimization, I believe, through the Facebook pixel. But pick a price, stick with it, and charge above what your competitors are charging. Like I said, it's all about creating a brand feel. If you're able to connect your store with your product and your ad and make it look very high quality and have premium designs on the store, stuff like that, then you're going to be able to really connect the customer to the product and have a higher conversion rate. So enough of the talk. I'm going to get right into a store that I created. Now, this isn't the exact store that I had in order to generate this amount of revenue. However, it is a very similar design. All right, so this isn't the actual store of my brand. However, this is a very similar setup and exactly what I would replicate when it comes to creating a one product store. So as you can see, this is Turbo Theme. Now some of the things on this page are kind of glitched because I used a Turbo Theme file off of somebody I bought it off of. However, I don't recommend that, and you guys don't even need to be using Turbo Theme if you don't want to. Just use the free themes that you find on Shopify, like Debut. It's fine. It really doesn't matter as long as you have a clean looking site. That's what you need to worry about. But as you can see, it's very clean and very minimalistic, and yeah, this thing is messed up. Let me see if I can refresh the page here. But as you can see, everything looks very clean. It's minimalistic. It's not over explaining. It's not under explaining the product. And if you're wondering where exactly I got these infographics here, is I created them on Canva. It's very, very easy. You just create a custom, I think it's 1024 by 1024 dimensions for these type of infographics on Canva. But it's very easy to do, and as you can see here, this store should take you at most, I'd say, 5 hours of setup. That's including the design, your logo, setting up the email, backend, all that stuff. But it's very simple, for whatever store that you're creating. It's a basic setup, the benefits, the before and afters, how it works, and setup. And really that can apply to whatever product niche that you're in, but it really just gives a customer the best information that they can get about the product without overwhelming them. And then of course a what's included part at the end here, and frequently asked questions. You definitely want to have that as well, and shipping delivery times and the 90-day guarantee. Now, you don't need to have a 90-day guarantee. I try to do that on some of my stores only to really just hone in on the fact that I want to keep a trust between me and the customer. So I think currently on my store I have a 30-day guarantee, but 90-day guarantee, it's a little bit out there. But I just say we have ironclad risk guarantee. If you aren't satisfied with the product for whatever reason, you have up to 90 days after receiving your product to contact us and ask for a full refund. So that's just something you want to keep in mind. and as you can see here, I got all these reviews. This is the Ali Reviews app. You can get it through Shopify. I believe it's free. However, if you want to get like the custom colors, you do have to pay for those, but it's very simple, very easy to use. And as you can see here, I don't have that many tabs on my store. Of course, I have the Facebook link, email, going to the home page, and all these different infographics that you see on my store were created through Canva and taking AliExpress images of the product and simply putting them on my store. So you can see here H2O Life, very simple, very easy to do, simple to set up. And I created the logo in Canva as well. And for the logo, I'm sure you watch Verum Ecom or whatever YouTubers out there. They focus on simplicity and not putting too much work or overdoing it. And that's what exactly I did as far as the logo. Free shipping, over 10,000 customers worldwide. Obviously that isn't true, but it's for example purposes for the video. And shop, track order. All this stuff is very simple to do, and you can do this almost with any theme, I believe. I think the overall product description setup might be a little bit different for certain themes, like you can't really have it lined up like this. However, as long as you have a clean, simple store when it comes to the overall branding, the coloration of the product, and what you really want to focus on as well is in the video ad for your product is to match the actual the colors of your brand and the colors of the product with your store. And I see a lot of people not really doing that, and you got to understand that when you do this, you're going to be increasing your overall conversion rate. But like I said, it all goes into the trust factor. Alright, so getting into the next thing is the product research. So we want to focus on something that is widely marketable, that men, women, any everyday person could buy. It needs to be solving a problem. And when you think of a widely marketable product, something like a posture corrector or a dog leash or dog seat belt or a humidifier, like the example that we're using in this video, it's widely marketable. Like anyone can buy this product for their home. It's not too niche specific to where we don't really have a broad audience to target on Facebook. And then also you can look on AliExpress to see if it has a decent amount of orders in order to figure out if it's a valid product, if sellers are actually able to make a profit off of it, or they're at least selling it on Facebook. And you can use the Big Spy tool. It is $9 a month. I think there's a free version as well, but you only get like a handful of ad searches on the website. But look and see if there are competitors. See if they are selling the product, and see if the video has a decent amount of views, engagement, and then from there you can actually go on their website. And one tool that I like to use specifically is Niche Scraper. I think it's the best product research tool in dropshipping right now. Alright you guys, so this is the Niche Scraper tool. It is very simple to use, so you can sort by a bunch of things, and it's pretty cool because it shows you the products on AliExpress. You can sort by growth rate to see what's starting to sell now. As you can see here, show you the amount of recent orders, and then you can even search up Shopify products. Let's say that you wanted to see who was selling a specific product, like a humidifier or even a tea diffuser. That's what I was looking at earlier. But you can sort by them, and you can sort by store popularity to see which one seems to be doing the best with it, etc. So that's really cool. And they also handpick other winning products. So that's something that you guys should keep in mind as well. This is why I like this product research tool compared to Ecom Hunt, because it costs a little bit more, I believe, but it's definitely worth the amount of money. So as you can see here, it shows you all these different handpicked products, and some of these products on here are pretty cool because you can really see yourself making a one product store out of all of them. Well, not out of all of them, but there are some pretty cool ones on here that you could experiment with. So another thing too for this tool is the store analysis tool. So let me just show you here in a second. Just put this store URL in here, and this is a Shopify store, and it's cool because it estimates the amount of like its ranking. So obviously for the Alexa rank, the lower it is, the more traffic that they get. And this store is pretty cool. Like, I've been spying on them. They sell some pretty cool products. You know, obviously this is a hot one. I believe they're one of the only ones that sell this product. So, but it's a pretty cool general store. You know, if you had the idea of creating a one product store out of either of these two products, I think it's a very good idea. I might be planning on doing something like that as well in the future. But this was a very good example of a store. Now, this estimated revenue, it's not 100% accurate, but it's basing it off of the amount of traffic that the store gets on a monthly basis. And then, of course, you factor in the average price. And they are making a decent amount of money. So that is this tool, guys. And they also have a video ad maker. However, it's not really that good, so I'll just keep the InShot. On top of that, what you guys need to be doing, let's say you use AliExpress to validate a product on how many orders it's getting. From there, use Source and Box. Do not start your product through AliExpress. If you do this, you got to worry about longer shipping times. You got to worry about the product quality, and that's just something that you do not want to worry about, especially as a beginner. You want to get started as soon as possible and have the best options. So using Source and Box, you have better products, better services, and you actually get assigned a agent or a assigned agent manager, and there is no minimum order quantity. So in that way, it is kind of similar to AliExpress, to where when the customer orders on your store, it'll show up on Source and Box, and then from there you order it. And there are just so many options you can do. Like, you can even ask your agent what products are selling right now or what's hot. You can even do customized products through them as well. Now, of course, from there, you do have minimum order quantities, but in general, they are a very good supplier / agent, whatever you want to call them, to work with. And I recommend them for beginners and intermediate, and even to more advanced and experienced dropshippers. So going on to the next thing is the Facebook ads. So the most basic thing that you want to focus on is having a broad target audience. So create your page designated to your store. Don't have a page that's designated to a whole bunch of different stores. Like I said, we're focused on one product stores only right now, and you can use InShot to create your ad. If there are other sellers, see what's working for them, and then expand on that. And when I say look what's working for them, focus on the first 3 seconds. That's mainly what's going to catch people's eye when they're scrolling down, and that's what is going to entice them to buy your product. And focus on the scroll stopper. Have 3 different creatives that vary on that initial first 3 seconds. So you've probably seen my other video about creating an ad in InShot. It's very easy, very user-friendly. I recommend it for anyone that's a beginner to dropshipping. It's very simple to use. It is free as well, so that is a plus. And when we're setting up the ads, what you guys want to do is focus on CBO or ABO. However, I like CBO better because it seems like it works better for me. You want to set up 10 different ad sets, 5 related interests to the product and 5 unrelated. So if we're doing a humidifier, maybe have humidifier, well-being, Netflix, or not Netflix, but 5 related interests that are related to the product, and then 5 unrelated ones. So the reason why we want to target unrelated ones is because a lot of these interests have very broad targeting in them, and Facebook likes to find pockets of people that will convert for the product. So what I found was that some interests that I've targeted in the past, like Netflix or even online shopping, they actually did way better than the interests that were related to my product, which is pretty crazy. But make sure the campaign is optimized for conversions. That is our goal. We want to get purchases through our website, and then make sure your pixel is selected for purchase optimizations. So when you go to select this option on Facebook, sometimes it'll show like there's no data or no traffic. However, you still want to select it. That's what we're optimizing for. Do not touch the age range, gender, or devices unless you know unless you completely know the product market for a specific product. Like if you're trying to sell a makeup bag, a makeup bag, for example, obviously you wanted to target women over men. And if you're trying to market to like kids, for example, or parents who have kids, or like a pregnant woman, obviously you want to target, parents, just stuff like that. But you want to leave it broad for the most part. That way you're giving Facebook the most amount of data they can work with, and you're not doing laser targeting, which is really just going to restrict the reach for Facebook. So after we let it run for a couple of days, you need to review the data. So this is very important, because if you don't do this and you just let things run, you're going to be wasting a lot of money, and you're going to figure out later down the road you could have just shut something off and then you would have been profitable. So review the data, cut off any of the ad sets that are under your break-even ROAS, and that is the product price over the product price minus the cost of goods, which is what you're getting your product for from the supplier. So review that and then look for winners, and that goes into play for your creative as well. Once you wait a couple of days, you'll see which creative seems to be performing the best. And once you look for the winners, look and see if they're above your break-even ROAS, and then let it keep running for another day. So the whole goal of this, while we're running it for a couple of days, is to really gather data and let Facebook optimize to the best of their ability for your product. And then from there, we can scale the winners and then start focusing on lookalike audiences. So what generally works for me, and now I know a lot of different these people on YouTube, they don't really suggest this, or they suggest other things like duplicating an audience or simply just raising the budget. What I generally like doing in my interest campaign is to start cut off the interests that weren't doing so well, and then scale the ones within the same campaign that were doing well, and then just create a whole new other campaign if I wanted to target, or if I wanted to test new interests. So that way I feel like, and now especially if you create a new campaign, you're going to be targeting a whole different pocket of audience for that specific interest. So that's why it's generally hasn't really worked for me. Now it might work for you guys, or you can just duplicate it into another campaign and then scale the interest from there. But honestly, that doesn't work for me. I think every ad account is different, so you just have to test it for yourself. But after 3 to 5 days, your 95% lookalike audience, or your video views, should be up. Sometimes I'd say 3 to 5 days or so, your 75% video view audience will be piled up as well. Usually people will target 95% though, only because those people are more like a target that you want to target, because they're going to be watching more of the video as compared to the 75%. So it's better data. Once you identify the best creative, it's the same concept. Identify it, cut off the others, then create the 95 or 75% video view lookalike, and then those are supposed to outperform the interest. So if they don't, sometimes, like this has even happened to me, the interests actually outperform the lookalike audiences sometimes. And like I said, you just have to test it for yourself, see what works. Every product is different, every ad account is different, so you just have to test it. So getting into the last thing is, what if it fails? Now, a lot of YouTubers don't talk about this. They just say, oh, you just do this, this, and that, and then scale from there. However, one thing that you need to focus on if it fails is you can either choose to create a new creative, or if the product is winning, obviously scale it. But if you're getting a couple sales within the first day, just redo your scroll stoppers. So that's the main thing that people need to focus on, is the ad creative. If you just have a terrible ad and it just simply isn't as good as your competitors out there, then it's just not going to be doing well. And I know I said that you guys should be looking at products that aren't really saturated or don't have that many competitors. That's what we want to focus on. We don't want to have products that thousands or even hundreds of different people are trying to sell, because we're not going to be able to take enough up of the ad space, especially as a beginner. So focus on your scroll stoppers. Now, let's say you're selling the product, you're running the ads, and then within the first day, you don't make any sales. In that case, just keep moving on. I wouldn't keep testing it, because generally, if a product is good, you will get sales within the first day. So do not dwell on it, regardless of your creative. If a product is good, you will get sales. If you get no sales the first day, move on. Don't waste your money. So from there, you can decide on what you want to do. So other than that, guys, that's all I really wanted to discuss in this video. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask me down below. Generally, I like to post once a week or so. If you want to, just let me know what you want to see. Like, honestly, guys, I come out with content that I feel like is the most valuable for YouTube. But honestly, like, for my audience out there, I don't know exactly what you guys want to see. So let me know down below. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe for my next one. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.